Hello everyone, my name is Makeda Voletta, also known as the Body Scientist and Queen Lioness. And I am a trainer, a nutritionist, and a sacred sexual educator. Okay, so I'm all about the body and how to bring our body to its highest levels. And if you don't know my work, please check out my YouTube pages. I have two. This one, the Queen Lioness, and the Body Scientist 81. Okay, which are listed below. But in this video, I'm going to speak to you about the beautiful, sacred clitoris, the love button. Um, it's my favorite part of the body because the clitoris is the only part of the body on a man or a woman that is only there for pleasure, and that's it, okay? And has more nerve endings than any other part of the body on a man or a woman. So its primary purpose is for pleasure, which is one thing that proves that sex, is not just for reproduction, okay? Sex is also a pleasurable thing, and it's supposed to be pleasurable. The third eye is connected to our pineal gland and our third eye, okay? So for a woman, activating the clitoris helps to open up your intuition and your psychic channels, okay? It also helps naturally increase estrogen. And just like with a phallus, with penises and phalluses, the larger a woman's clitoris is, the more she can feel because there's more surface area, there's more nerves. And for men, the larger a man's phallus is, the more he can feel because there's more surface area, okay? But this is important to remember because a larger clitoris is more sensitive. Sometimes people are not aware of that, so they can be very rough. And a woman with a smaller clitoris may be able to take more intensity because it's smaller. So it's very important to take that into account so that you don't make somebody uncomfortable. Everybody is different. Everybody is different, okay? So it's very important. But, there's lots of different types of vaginas, and there's lots of different types of penises. And because, in porn and commercial media, we a lot of times only see one kind. So a lot of women think that something's wrong with them because they don't have what they see in the porn or, what they think is normal, quote unquote. Okay, but you should love what you have. And, larger clitorises a lot of times are associated with female bodybuilders who are taking steroids and have very high levels of testosterone. And high levels of testosterone can cause a woman to have a larger clit. This can happen from nature, and this can happen from something artificial like steroids, okay? But oftentimes women like that feel weird, and sometimes I listen to videos and conversations where there are some men or some people who are freaked out by large clitorises, and they're like, oh my gosh, so weird, or they are hermaphrodite, is that a little penis, and da-da-da. But the male and female anatomy are complementary of each other, okay? So a large clitoris sometimes can look like a little penis, but to the women that have it, don't feel ashamed because it brings you that much more pleasure, okay? And most women can't even have vaginal orgasms, okay? So our clitoris, that's a gift. Number one, to be sensitive there at all, because you should be sensitive there. If you're not sensitive there, or some women, who are holding on to too much, clitoral stimulation could make them upset and uncomfortable, okay? So if you're feeling like that from clitoral stimulation, it's really important to stop and analyze, like, what is it? What are you holding on to? What is it there that is there, okay? But ladies, it's very important, like, just like it's important to massage your breast and to love your body, it's also very important to massage your clit sometimes and to activate that and keep that alive, because it does affect your hormones, and it affects, again, it helps open up your third eye. So you can do meditations where you're doing deep breathing and you're visualizing, that as you're massaging your clitoris, you can visualize it activating your third eye, visualize the energy protruding up to your third eye, and helping to activate and open that energy. Okay, energy follows our mind. Okay, and for men, or for women who connect with women, it's very important to remember that that's a woman's secret spot. Now, again, everybody is different. There may be some women who don't like clitoral stimulation, but generally speaking, that's the place to go to when you really want to warm a woman up. It can be nice to massage her clitoris, like during intercourse, to help keep her lubricated. especially with using condoms, because condoms can dry a woman out, and when she starts to get dried out, that friction can be very uncomfortable and cause severe irritation. So you need to, it is the men's job and duty, to keep her wet, okay, and to keep stimulating her in that way so that it doesn't dry out and cause her pain and discomfort. It's a shame that the clitorectomies that are happening, in Africa, where people will say this is tradition. Well, it's tradition since when? Okay? Because I can guarantee you it wasn't always tradition. There isn't a good reason. I don't care what anybody says. There is not one good reason to be cutting off women's clitorises. The only purpose of doing that is to control a woman's sexuality, okay? To control our sexuality and to control our pleasure. To take away our pleasure, okay? Sex is not just for reproduction. Sexual energy and spiritual energy are the same continuum. And if the clit connects to the third eye, then another spiritual connection, huh? So maybe cutting off a woman's clitoris not only takes away her pleasure, but it takes away her third sense, her ability to see in the dark, her ability to see the unseen, her ability to connect to that, her intuition, her clairvoyance, her spiritual powers, okay? Clitorectomies are part of the witch hunts, and there's nothing right about doing it at all. So anybody who wants to justify that nonsense, there's no justification for it, okay? So women, love your clits, don't let anybody harm them, and be thankful that you have them. And again, for women with large clits, if you come in contact with somebody who thinks that you're weird or something like that, then to each his own. Everybody has their own preference, but I can guarantee you that more people think that it's great than not great. But everybody has their own preference. The most important thing is for you to love who you are, and don't feel shame. I mean, like, you have a button in between your legs that can bring you pleasure whenever you want it. Like, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even need anything. That's great. And you want to make your clit, you want to be more sensitive. So using vibrators all the time can desensitize it. And then, you need really rough stimulation in order to feel anything. And you don't want that, okay? So I want you to start, try gently massaging your clit on a regular basis, okay? These are all important for our hormonal stuff as well, okay? Breast massage, nipple massage, clitoris massage, yoni massage, okay? So these are a bunch of different things, but today I just want to talk about my special little spot, okay? The clitoris. It's amazing. One of the many wonders of the world, one of the many wonders of nature. Okay, ladies, so be happy to be ladies, and love yourself. Feel good. Have orgasms as much as possible, because as women, we have yin bodies. In order for us to balance our yin bodies, the fact that our bodies are receptive and they suck in order for us to balance our yin bodies with yang, we must release more, release more, release more. Let it pour on out to the universe, okay? So I love you all, and follow my YouTube page. You can find me on Facebook at Makeda Voletta the Body Scientist, and I don't have a blog now, but I will very, very soon, okay? Peace out, people.